Question for you, dear viewer. Do you enjoy manga, but you don't want to wait until every Sunday when your favorite manga comes out? So you decide to hop onto Twitter and you see the people are uploading the chapter early. Wow! That's fantastic. And every time this person on Twitter uploads a page from this manga with some rough, and I mean very rough translations, you get excited. It's like a crowd-wide event. Well, what could possibly be the downside of this? Oh my gosh! A lot could be wrong with this, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special announcement. I have a very special announcement. Did you see this? I have merch. Yes, I have merch. I have merch. You need to buy it. You need to buy it now. You need to buy it now. Go to the link in the description down below. Okay, go to the link down in the description below. Hit the merch. Okay, I have a limited time code. Don't tell anybody. It's a first drop. You heard me. First drop. FIRSTDROP for a limited percentage of your next purchase. Okay, please give me your money. Give me your money. It's very important. Okay, my editors are fucking expensive, and I can't keep containing them in the basement anymore, man. It's dangerous stuff out here. And also, for some reason, if you don't want any of the merch that I have on my site, go to animeexpress.com. Use my code DAFFY10, that is DAFFY10 for 10% off for your next purchase. Okay, bye. So, as a lot of you guys know, Jujutsu Kaisen is now officially done with its serialization in Weekly Shōnen Jump, and over the course of the past 6 years, it has done phenomenally. Obviously, sale-wise, it's crushing it. It just passed over 100 million copies from the print in circulation at this current time. The anime is one of the most watched anime of all time. I think it was raking in 9 million views on Crunchyroll alone a day for every new episode. And obviously this doesn't take into account people watching on clips and things like that. So obviously Jujutsu Kaisen, killing the game. And with the controversial ending of Jujutsu Kaisen, which will be its own separate video, there is another topic that I want to talk about whenever it comes to this manga. And I will say that leak culture ruined the ending for most people and almost ruined the series' enjoyment for a lot of people as well. Now, do I think this is any fault of the series itself? Absolutely not. No. Like, I think the ending for Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty good. Weeb said something very similar over on his channel, and then people were absolutely dogging on him in the comment section, but I agree with him. I think that this story, while yes, it didn't wrap up every single item, I think that the core of what we were trying to go for, I think Gege did very well. But the problem is that for the conclusion of the story is that leakers, for some reason, only uploaded 5 pages from the supposed last chapter, and people, like including myself, assumed what the chapter was going to be about. So the very pivotal parts of the chapter we didn't see, and people just ran with it and said the ending sucked, 0 out of 10, this story's ass, all this. It was the last page and like 3 different pages. That was it. That was all they uploaded, which is a huge problem because when people read the story just off of TikTok, just off of these leaks and stuff like that, they're not getting the whole experience. I've said JJK fans can't read before, and I will hold my guns on this. Am I gonna lie and say that reading the Sukuna versus Gojo fight live while it was being leaked wasn't fun? Oh, it was a great time to be in the community, absolutely. But there were still things that the leakers and translators were getting wrong. It definitely doesn't help the fact that the translation for Jujutsu Kaisen is just absolute horseshit. Do you realize how bad you have to be at your job as a translator for this Japanese comic book for the English dub actor of the protagonist to hop on Twitter and say, "Hey, John Wary, I don't get it." Yeah, according to John Wary, Gojo has cursed spirit manipulation. I don't... Oh, why does that man still have a job, bro? Now, there is this little subsection of people where they make fake leaks. Now, honestly, I think these are relatively harmless. And I think that they're fun. It's nice for community engagement, and it's kind of fun for like some what if scenarios. Like they have that one guy on Twitter that like makes like Sukuna versus Yuji in Fortnite as like one of the leaks or something like that. Like it's goofy. And also people draw some stuff like, oh, Gojo comes back from the dead. Oh, it's revealed in this chapter, whatever like that. And now there's a whole different side of this where people on YouTube will like say, oh, Nobara's confirmed to be coming back in chapter 259, or oh, Gojo's confirmed to be coming back and all this stuff. No shade to these content creators. I mean, a little bit, you're lying, but listen, I get it. Inflation's high right now. Your bills got to get paid. I get it. But getting a 40K, 100K banger off of false information is fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking nuts. And ladies and gentlemen, for this discussion topic, I wanted to bring on a fellow YouTuber who is about 3 times less consistent than I am, so I'm automatically better. I want to welcome SpareMango to the channel. Go ahead and give me your thoughts, SpareMango.
Did leak culture ruin Jujutsu Kaisen? I don't even know, man. I'm not sure specifically what that would mean, but I do think the way Jujutsu Kaisen is very tightly bound to leak culture says a lot about society. I don't think there's been any other manga where posting scans in the weekly leak community has been so central to the series. Like, no one cared about My Hero Academia leaks nearly as much, besides laughing when Deku got turned into a McDonald's worker in the last chapter. To preface, a lot of people here probably aren't aware of how I talk or mess around, so I just want to say please don't take anything I say here too seriously. Jujutsu Kaisen culture outside of the anime was completely centered around leak nights. I also think that's a big reason why Jujutsu Kaisen was always trending on Twitter and YouTube. You have thousands of people tuning in to talk about it the whole night before, then spamming, "Where is hashtag JJK236? I need to see the ending of this awesome fight. Holy shit, is that Tiger Funeral?" That's a whole day of the week where JJK dominated trending. If there were no leaks and it was posted fresh Sunday mornings, people would not care as much. Everyone talking, waiting around, then exploding when leaks dropped did so much to get eyes on the community and series. With other manga, you don't see hype around chapters or leaks dropping like this. It mainly has to do with the culture and what people think about the series. The more speculation there is, the more people talk. With the whole chapter out 4 days before it drops, it's kind of impossible to avoid, and the more controversial a series is, the more people tune in. I think the topic of this video is when the final chapter dropped and people flipped the fuck out because half of it was missing and they said it was trash, then switched up when it came out. Not me though, no switching up for me. It's a great example of the culture. Half a chapter is gone and it's fucking garbage trash and 5,000 tweets and videos about it need to be made. Then it drops and then it's a great chapter that ties everything together. Either hot or cold, no in between. When we all know the real reason the ending sucked is because Gege forgot to bring Gojo back, and now I have to wait for Jujutsu Kaisen Sorcery Generations before Gojo returns. Like, if they brought Gojo back, I would easily, zero hesitation, bump this series up from a 2 out of 10 to a 3 out of 10. All of manga is supported by, to be frank, piracy, and it's because of that it's so big in the West. You can read it online and not a lot can be done to stop it. It depends on how the series is handled though. Jujutsu Kaisen had some of the most dog shit translations around, and they're all official. Like, sometimes you genuinely could not understand what the chapter was saying if you only read the official release. That contributed to the pressure to watch leaks. When the chapter drops officially, you'd have to look to unofficial sources to understand what happens anyways, which removes any desire for people to wait for official drops and really encourages them to participate in leak night. Whereas another series, people will generally hold off and wait for the official release. In this case, that split viewer base between leaks and official release entirely goes to hyping up unofficial JJK releases 4 days earlier. Personally, I never read leaks until Jujutsu Kaisen, but when I caught up with it right before Yuki died and then Yuki got fucked over, I just kind of checked out. Like, I stopped giving a fuck and I did not care about getting spoiled with leaks anymore. I remember for so long people saying Gege needed to develop more, asking where like the rest of the 10 shadows were and shit. Bro, I remember the leak night when I opened Twitter and Gege finally revealed Tiger Funeral. Chills, bro. Hashtag chills. And I think the main reason why leak nights were so big is because of the culture. Like I said, investment and motivation went down and JJK became more of a spectacle. And it's entirely because of Twitter. Things that are polarizing are given the most attention. Everyone generally knows that Ruri Dragon is one of the greatest manga of all time. So no one's tweaking on Ruri Dragon leak nights nearly a week in advance. With My Hero Academia, a lot of people fucking hated it, and a lot of people really loved it. So there was always talk and people would post leaks. But here you have people glazing Jujutsu Kaisen or calling it complete trash and arguing nonstop. Think about it. Think about it. How many times have you seen a jobless basement dweller obsessively screenshotting Boruto 53 seconds after the chapter drops so he can tweet weekly manga versus monthly manga? Jujutsu Kaisen gets attention, so the more controversial the better. Gojo dies. What the fuck is this garbage? This is the worst manga manga ever. Yuji awakens. Oh my god, my goat Yuji, this is peak fiction, holy shit. There are so many people that say stupid, nonsensical shit about the ending too, and it's annoying as fuck. Like, out of all of the many actual, genuine, legitimate criticism, you are whining about shit that's explained if you pay attention. Like, shut up, bro, you're making me look bad. I'm a real hater. We are not the same. Twitter, only hype moments and aura. They would do anything for a banger tweet, and no one is capable of critical thought or reading. Someone could tweet, "Sorry for not posting, guys. My entire family just passed away in an accident." And someone would quote tweet it and say, "Make me reference, please follow me if you like funny anime banger tweets. Please fucking follow me, I'll follow you back." Making videos takes effort, and bottom feeders need attention now, but don't have the drive or ability to put in effort into anything, let alone create a whole video. So their only option is to get a banger tweet. Leak videos and anime channels cover hours after it drops, so that means the only option is spam tweeting on leak night, because if they wait till the official release, no one cares since it was covered 4 days ago. It's kind of fascinating how every single thing about Jujutsu Kaisen falls in this way that perfectly sets up the leak culture to take hold. The official release is awful. That pushes everyone to follow leak nights instead. YouTubers cover it and flood the community with leak videos, spoiling everything. So the only option for getting attention is leak night. And since Jujutsu Kaisen is so popular, attention-starved social rejects on Twitter capitalize on it to make their lives feel like they have meaning. This weird, freaky social shit also goes over to the relationship for leakers, because people both say wild, weird, fucked shit to leakers and also glaze them and treat them like micro celebrities. I don't know if I'm allowed to name names here, but a certain Indian man being hunted down by Jump is the main guy. People would rage at him or worship him, and for the last few chapters, he stepped away, which was a good decision. I couldn't imagine having to be the one to deliver the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen to the masses. Fuck no. What was so weird to me though, and I assume why this video exists and I was asked to be in it, aside from being a massive hater, is because even though I hate on Jujutsu Kaisen, I follow it closely, and I was still there waiting every leak night. And it's funny how I always talk unending trash about Jujutsu Kaisen, but I'm like so invested in it and know more about it probably most people. But the reason why this leak culture got so weird is because out of all the people that participated in leak nights, some were thanking him and shit. I just think any form of this parasocial shit with leakers is weird, which is probably why most leaks come from groups instead. I understand being like, "Thanks for posting leaks for us, man, take care." But to glaze him and write paragraphs and essays thanking him, treating him like a messiah, putting him on trending is just insane to me. Then other people were mad as fuck at him, harassing him, saying racist things because he dipped the last 3 chapters. Just people deriving their whole livelihood online to getting attention from leaks, refreshing constantly and begging for leaks to drop, and then treating leakers like they're jobless bums as soon as they stop being useful. It's just backwards. It's more the hype moments and aura shit. Like, bro, Gege wrote the manga. Twitter guy literally just reposted drawings. Maybe I'm insane. I just don't see the need for this rigmarole. Monetarily, leak culture probably did more to grow the community than hurt it, but realistically, you are engaging in piracy. You can debate the ethics of it, but if you're gonna do it, at least own up to it and call it what it is. Hype moments and aura is what feeds anime Twitter, entirely composed of nerdy teenage kids trying to fit in and seem cool by overreacting to every single little panel and chapter, treating it like it's a championship match of seasons worth of sports betting, like your life savings is bet on your team winning, all because they need something to make their life feel interesting. I don't know why it's so hard to just read a manga and enjoy it. Jujutsu Kaisen is ending, and now they need something else, so they're going to infect another fanbase. They need a popular franchise to leash off of, and they need controversy to get attention. So Jujutsu Kaisen is the perfect crossroads. There was always controversial material being pumped out. Gege fucking killed my GOAT off screen, then retroactively went back and made him racist in a flashback, bro. What the fuck? That kinda ties into the leak aspect too. All of it comes together to create an entertaining spectacle. That's why Jujutsu Kaisen got so big. Imagine if it was controversial, but in a gray area, where it was just underwhelming and boring. To my fellow haters, you do at least have to admit the series is entertaining. Save me, Maharage-chan! After the bullshit that was 236, objectively, I don't think there was a funnier possible way to follow it up. One of the fan favorite, most hyped characters, strongest of his era, finally reveals his curse technique and gets one shot off screen in a flashback. And then we got to listen to Kashimo fans for the next 50 chapters try to cope and explain how Kashimo is actually still top 5 after this. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Domain diff. Higuruma victim. The prime of his life. Strongest of his time. And he immediately loses to a depressed middle-aged Japanese man that's been doing jujutsu for less time than my YouTube hiatus. Like, what is Kashimo doing? No simple domain, no domain amplification is crazy. No reverse curse technique, no nothing. That's insane. While we're on the topic, this is the objective top 10 in Jujutsu Kaisen. Everything is amazing till it gets popular. Then it's trash, and every little issue is world-ending. We have to screenshot the worst panels from the latest Boruto chapter and start sobbing about a monthly manga that we don't even read because we need attention. Jujutsu Kaisen became the center of online manga discussion because it was easy for people to use it to insert themselves into the attention spotlight through leaks or speculating or trying to create hype moments, which is why so many losers tried to become unpaid micro-celebrities tweeting on it. The ending of Jujutsu Kaisen and the series itself did not matter. At a certain point, leak and hype culture took priority over the series itself. People did not care about Jujutsu Kaisen as much as they cared about trying to get attention off the series. It's either Jujutsu Kaisen is the greatest manga of all time or Jujutsu Kaisen is the worst fucking thing I've ever read. There's no one going, oh, well, this chapter may seem bad, but I'm going to hold off and see what Gege does with Kashimo in the next chapter. Glaze and hate, glaze and hate. Ignore series that don't cause trauma, keep tweeting, glaze, glaze, glaze until it's popular, then turn and act like it's trash. I mean, I've talked shit about Jujutsu Kaisen a lot, but I did it a long time ago, like when Yuki died, and I've stayed consistent. Very consistent, personally. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They use the series for attention and throw it away after it ends, just like leakers, and they'll do the same to another manga after this. Now that Jujutsu Kaisen is done, there will be something else glazed relentlessly. New leak nights will emerge to feed the attention-starved terminally online people that don't even get paid. Like, we get paid for making videos. They do not get paid for making 200 tweets every Wednesday night. And the people need a new spring to take root in. So now there's more attention to go around. The ravenous glazing has to start anew, and that's where Kagurabachi comes in. We are going to see untold levels of hype and discussion around Kagurabachi. It's probably going to be at the forefront of online discussion as it grows in popularity and gets its anime, and people will love it and use it as an excuse to say every other manga is shit. Kagurabachi is now the greatest manga of all time. Until Kagurabachi has a bad arc or fumbles anything, then it's, this series is trash. It was always trash, carried by art. Why does he draw faces like that? The first arc was terrible. This shit is so overhyped. Disney Channel ass writing. This is the most cliche manga I've ever read. Aura Merchant, Kagurabachi fell off. The conversation around this is insane. A black-haired katana-wielding main character in my Shōnen Jump? They were hating on this series before it even released, and now it's one of the favorites. They were freaking out, having mental breakdowns before they even saw page 1. Now it's praised as the future of Jump. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is hype moments and aura. Thank you to Daffy for having me. I stopped covering anime news and stuff, so it's really refreshing to talk about stuff casually like this instead of disappearing for 6 months to make Schizo Society videos. Shout out Daffy, shout out shout out Netspend, shout out Leah, Itzy. Shout out you guys for being the greatest. Subscribe to @TheRealOGDaffy on YouTube.com. Go subscribe now!
Obviously, shout out to SpareMango for appearing on my video. If you guys would do me a favor, go ahead, check out his channel and throw him a sub. He makes great content. Another thing about leak culture that I feel for myself personally is that it forces people, for some reason, it has made people focus more on feats than actual storytelling beats. When Megumi was leaked to have, made that little puddle with his 10 Shadows technique for Sukuna to fall into, people were like, oh, he's still a bum, he sucks, bum Gumi, all his potential. People are more focused on power scaling shenanigans than actual story beats, character interactions, and things like that. It's crazy to me. People have been calling Megumi Potential Man for months and months and months now, but they don't understand. He's never wanted to be the strongest. He's never aspired to be it at all. That's not his personality type. So it's just very frustrating when I see people hop on the internet and just say things that aren't true. Another thing about leak culture as well is that you will have people, while they're reading these leaks live, they get mad that the author didn't do something that they wanted. Now, here's the thing. They will say the author sucks, and they'll say that the author, I'm specifically talking about Gege, they will say that Gege can't write, Gege can't draw, Gege can't do all this, but they're the first ones to tune in week to week with their notifications on Twitter. How'd that work? Huh? How'd that work? Why are you still here? That don't make sense to me. I thought the story was trash, basura, garbage. So what are we talking about? Huh? What are we talking about? Like when the last chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen came out, and when the Sukuna conclusion came out, and then you have Gojo and Yuji's fully translated, 100%, almost 99.5% accurate. People are like, oh, this is actually a beautiful conclusion for Gojo as well. Now, Gojo fans do play a huge role in leak culture as well, because every time, dude, ever since chapter 236, people are always in the comment section, where Gojo, where Gojo, where Gojo, where Gojo? As a mental illness, these people are sick. Pray for them, y'all. Pray for them. Genuinely, I mean that. Pray for them. These people ain't right. It's interesting because actually you have other communities that are trying to stop this at all costs. You have the Kagurabachi fandom, who you have, I believe it was Myth or Eagle or somebody. They said they were going to start leaking Kagurabachi, and people started dry snitching. They started tagging the official Viz trends. They started tagging the official Viz accounts and say, hey, this dude's providing leaks. Come get him. Come get his account. Dry snitching on a leaker is crazy, bro. What the fuck? Hey, y'all be careful though, because Shueisha gonna come with the swiftness. I mean, shit, they might come after me one of these days, you know what I mean? I believe the first chapter of Hunter x Hunter's Return came back, and somebody tried to leak it, and then I think he lost like 10,000 followers, and he got reported, but it was like craziness I've been seeing. So yeah, it's very telling when people don't want these leaks to come out. Now, I do see some of the Kagurabachi leaks, but I never talk about them. I always wait till Sunday, because things could get wrong. There's information that we don't know. It's not 100%. We're just seeing pictures. People are seeing pictures, but they're not reading. And that's just, it's very common, unfortunately, like that. Now, I'm not gonna say it's like a TikTok brain thing that's going on or anything like that, but it's just making for a very frustrating experience to be in the anime and manga community at this time. I don't know, man. Fake news is everywhere, apparently. I said fake news on my channel, dude. I need to get off the internet. But just, I want people to be careful, really. I genuinely do. Like, it's fine if you see some leaked images early and all that kind of stuff. Because I said the same thing about My Hero as well, when its ending, was leaked and getting translated and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you realize you have a massive problem. You have a just absolutely abhorrent fan base when you have people thanking Mayamura on Twitter instead of thanking Gege Akutami for writing the story. How does that work? You say that you hate the author. You say this story was never good, but you were tuned in every week. You were the first one to pop in the new episode when it comes on. How are you thanking a leaker, a thief, instead of the author for creating this beautiful work of art? But how that work? Hey, listen. I don't get it. But yeah, it's me, boy Daffy, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Let me know what you guys think about leak culture and how it affected Jujutsu Kaisen and how it affected the ending and how it was perceived. I'm very curious to see what you guys think. Anyway, guys, it's me, boy Daffy. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Please make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Y'all make sure you take care of yourselves, guys, and have a good one. Peace.